We are starting with a Vivarium measuring 30 x 30 x 30 centimeters, which I got from Cube. The difference from their regular arenas is that the holes are higher up, so you don't cover them with substrate. We'll plug these for the next steps with the stoppers they came with. By the way, that's not so easy to do with one hand, and I only pushed through because my ego just couldn't handle failing. Once I admitted defeat, I used two hands and I could move on to the drainage layer. I used expanded clay for this. This stuff is there to soak up all the excess water so the substrate doesn't get too wet and the plants don't start to rot from too much moisture. This way, moisture can also be released over time and everybody's happy. I'll link all the exact products I'm using in the description, of course. There are other options, but expanded clay just looked best to me. Next, I grabbed a separation fleece and cut it neatly to size. For this, I just placed the glass box on the fleece and lightly marked the dimensions with a pen. The fleece helps ensure that the soil and the critters in the vivarium don't mix with the drainage layer as much as possible, keeping them separated from the excess moisture. After putting it in the glass box, I made a few adjustments so the fleece wouldn't wrinkle too much and create gaps in the layer. It doesn't have to be perfect, since the incoming soil will press a lot of it flat anyway, but it should still look tidy. Then, however, I noticed I hadn't used enough expanded clay. The side drainage plugs weren't covered yet, which would mean that if I got waterlogged, the water would have to drain from the soil itself. That would make quite a mess if it even worked at all. So I added some more expanded clay until it was level with the plugs, and then I could relax and place the fleece on top. Before we get to the soil though, I had to take care of a hardscape design. This involves the items that define the landscape in the vivarium, so you have to factor them in when considering the amount of soil.